Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have this week's Formula 1 news update. And of course the first thing I need to talk about is the wildfires in Canada, because of course next weekend is the Canadian Grand Prix, and of course my heart goes out to all of Canada right now. I am hoping and praying these wildfires stop soon, because from what I've heard they are extremely bad, so hopefully they stop soon and you're able to put them all out. Will it be in time for the race? Hopefully, but if not, hopefully it goes out soon, because right now the race is very much secondary. An F1 spokesperson has said that the Canadian Grand Prix isn't a risk of cancellation at the moment. However, of course, with it being quite severe wildfires over there, that could change. So right now, the Canadian Grand Prix should still go ahead, but of course, if it can't, it can't. But again, I'm hoping for the sake of Canada as a whole, these wildfires are able to be put out very soon, because I know it is causing a lot of problems, especially with air quality over there, and of course the fires are just raging. Now, onto my other topics of this video. There are two, really. Well, actually no, there's three others. One is the fact that only a couple of days ago, Helmut Marko confirmed in an interview that when Mattia Binotto departed Ferrari at the end of last season, Christian Horner was approached to replace him as team principal at Ferrari, and that Helmut Marko had to do some heavy convincing to get Christian Horner to stay at Red Bull rather than move to Ferrari. So apparently he had a very long night of trying to convince Christian to stay with Red Bull, and of course ultimately it worked. But yeah, that could have been quite a dynamic shift in Formula 1 and Red Bull, and even Ferrari. Like, that could have changed both teams quite drastically. But of course, that didn't happen. The job is now Fred Vasseurs, so I thought that was just a little neat bit of information you guys might want to know. So, the other bits of information from this weekend is the fact that Bridgestone have entered their names to enter the bidding war for the 2025 to 27 Tyre manufacturer for F1. So it is now Pirelli versus Bridgestone to be the tyre supplier of Formula 1 from 2025 to 2027. However, those are the only two tyre suppliers that have entered their names, as far as I know. No word from Michelin yet, as far as I believe. Or Goodyear. I know that as far as I know right now, it is Pirelli versus Bridgestone, who of course left F1. I think it was 2010. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure they left in 2010. However, they have decided to throw the hat back into the ring to try to become F1's tyre supplier once again. However, Pirelli is still in the fight, so that could be going on for quite some time, but I'll keep you guys updated, because tyre supplies for F1 is obviously quite a vital thing in the sport. Now, what's the other thing? Yeah, here it is. Stefano Domenicali has also confirmed in an interview that in 2026 he would preferably like to have 12 teams on the grid, and at the moment there isn't any new teams joining the grid. Of course, Audi is replacing Sauber, so there will still only be 10 teams. Of course, we have Andretti Cadillac wanting to join desperately, but haven't been confirmed thus far. But that mysterious 12th team, I personally think there are two candidates that would be perfect for that role, and they are the Aston Martin engine supplier in 2026, the return of Honda, and for the first time ever in Formula 1, believe it or not, the Red Bull engine supply for 2026, Ford. Because yes, believe it or not, there has never actually been a Ford F1 team. They have only ever supplied other teams such as Jordan, Tyrrell, Jaguar, McLaren, so they've never actually been their own team, and I would really like to see how they do an F1 as a works team. And of course, it could go either Honda's way, or Ford's way, or somebody else could come in out of nowhere, and hell, we could even get a Cadillac F1 team. That'd be interesting. But yeah, I would really love to see how a Ford F1 team would perform in Formula 1, and I'd like to see the return of Honda as well, because they were an absolutely iconic team when they were around. Of course, they left in 2008 to make way for Braun GP, and then eventually they became Mercedes the next year. But yeah, I'd really love to see how a Ford F1 team would perform. However, we'll have to wait and see. It may only stay at 10 teams. We're just going to have to wait and see how Andretti Cadillac get on and get into F1, and who this other team could be. Could it be Honda? Could it be Ford? Could it be somebody completely different altogether? Who knows? Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this week's Formula 1 news update. So please, like the vid, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channel. Her link's in the description. My sub button is down there. Please click the sub buttons and the bell icons to get both sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why the heck not, and let me know what you would like to see, who you would like to see enter the F1 grid in 2026, on top of the teams we already have. Who you think's going to win the Tyre war for 25 to 27? What you think about Christian Horner potentially going to Ferrari for this season? Like, that's just really weird to think about. And do you think the Canadian Grand Prix is going to go ahead next week? Once you're not to, please follow me on my social medias. There'll be a link tree in the description. I should be going live on on YouTube, this Sunday for this week's Astoundcast. I will keep you guys updated on that, though. And, of course, please check out Roxanne's website as well. And lastly, please share this video with all of your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Goodbye!